Hi guys, so a few of you have bought this, which I recommended to you to help with your spelling. It's a really great dictionary and it stands for Aurally Coded English. Basically, it's about sounds. And if you've been with me for any length of time at all now, you know when we're dealing with spellings that I'm always talking about what can you hear rather than what can you see. And we always start off with the vowels, don't we? So A, E, I, O, and U, which are the letter names, but also the long vowel sound. And then we also talk about the short vowel sounds. So A, E, I, O, U. All right. It does sound like the video's glitching when I do that, but you know what I mean. So once we've got those sort of in our heads, the long and the short, this comes into play and is so much better than your standard dictionary. So many times in schools, we get told, go and look up the spelling in a dictionary. The problem with that is they're not designed to be used to help you with your spelling. Dictionaries are there to tell you what words mean. And so what you do is you have to know how to spell it in order to look it up. Well, if you can't spell it, how are you going to look it up? You know, for example, if I say I want to work on the word need to knead bread, for example, if I don't know it starts with a silent K, I'm going to spend half an hour looking in a dictionary under N. Crazy. So this dictionary comes into play. Now, this is the 4th edition. It's the most up to date as I'm making this video. There are several other editions out there. They're all just as good. It just adds words, takes words out every few years as it grows. But it's been around now for about 15 years. So, you know, if you've got this one, it's good for a while. So what we're going to do is going to have a very, very quick look at how to use it. I'm not going to spend hours and hours on a video that will just bore people to death, assuming you're not already. But I do want to show you how to use this. So I'm just going to switch my camera. Oh, there we go. All right. So hopefully you can see this, and I'm going to go through it as quickly as I can. Key thing. When you open it up, you want to get to this page. All right. Now, this is the index page. And as you can see, alphabet goes along the top, loads of numbers underneath. And then on one side, we've got pictures of animals. And then on the other side, we've got the words of those animals, as well as a few others. I'll come to what all that means in a second. So let's go back to what I said towards the beginning of this, which is you need to know your vowel sounds, all right? Not what you've been taught about how they're written, but what you can hear. So straight away, we know a, e, I, and u. That's how we're taught right at the beginning. We're taught cat is spelled k, a, t. It's the a sound that we can hear. So let's start with that. At the very beginning, you've got your short vowel sounds, all right? And let's imagine you do want to learn how to spell the word cat. You go k, a, t. A is the first vowel sound. It's short. There's a picture there of a cat to help us work out that it's the a in cat. We know it begins with a k. So we then go A, B, C, A, B, k, k and a, page 7. All right. Down at the bottom, all the page numbers, and you can see very helpfully the matching pictures. So we're going to go to page 7 here, and then we look at the top, and you will see there are these little asterisks, these little stars. Now, each of these represents a syllable. And again, if you've been with me for any length of time, you will know when we're learning how to spell, we look at, first of all, the vowel sounds, and second of all, the syllables. You break your words down, and then it's much easier. So the word cat has one syllable, cat, one clap. So we look for the 1 star, and we just follow down until we find the k with the a and the t. And there it is, k, a, t. This is supposed to be an HD camera. Not sure it's actually that HD, but I can promise you that the words on the page are crystal clear. Sorry if it's a bit blurry. Okay, so let's go back to the index. Let's stick with our a, all right? And let's say we're looking for the word campfire. All right, we're going to write a story about our weekend camping and how we created a campfire, and we're not sure how to spell it. Again, is the first vowel sound we hear. It's a short vowel sound. As in cat, k. So back to page 7, but this time campfire, 2 syllables. So we go to this column with our 2 little stars, and we go down, and hopefully I'm not going to be made a fool of. Yep, no, there it is. Campfire. So that's how we use it. Let's try something a little bit trickier. Let's try the word need. All right, I mentioned that earlier. Okay, so this time we're sounding it out and we say need. Well, you might be tempted to go here because that's the letter E, but remember this is a short vowel sound, so it's really as in elephant. That's no good. So let's go down a little bit further. It's the long vowel, and it could be one of a few, couldn't it? We know that we have makes an E. We know a makes an E. All right. So how do we know which one? Well, here is a picture of not a bird, but if we go over to here, we can see it says it's an eagle. All right. And we've got the word breeding here. So we're matching up that long vowel sound. E as in breeding, E as in eagle. We're on the right path. So we've got the E sound. What does it start with? Need. Okay, so we're going along here till we get to the N, and we see that under N, down to E, 165. Let's have a little look. So we're flicking through, and again, we've got our picture of our eagle at the bottom to remind us. Okay, and we go need. 1 syllable. So we already now know that it's 1 star. And the first thing that we've got is here. Oh, let me see if I can make this a little clearer for you. Can I? Oh, that didn't work, did it? Sorry, guys. Here we go. There we go. To knead, to press with your hands. So knead with bread. And we can see here, look, begins with a K, kicking K. For the E and the D. If we wanted to say, I need something, like I need a new iPhone 14, or I need some cookies, or I need a Starbucks, we know that's got nothing to do with pressing with our hands. It's still got 1 syllable. So we go down and we find the d, need, I require it. Okay, so that helps us when we have 2 words that sound the same with different spellings, which hopefully you will know are called homophones. So that's basically how you use the ACE spelling dictionary. You're using your vowel sounds, you're using your syllables, you're putting it all together and using the reference. Some people have asked me in the past, well, what happens if you are looking through it and you come across a word and you're still not sure if that's the right spelling? Well, of course, that's when the dictionary, the proper one, comes into play, because you've got the spelling now, so you know how the word is spelt. You just need to know what it means, so then you can look it up much more easily. And if you're still not sure, then you grab the 3rd book in this sort of like trinity of tools that we would use, which is your thesaurus, and then you can look it up in there and find different synonyms, words that mean the same thing, or even an antonym, words that mean the opposite. I've tried to be really quick because I want to create a video that you can go back to and use again and again. There are other ways of using this, loads, and I might make some more as time goes on. But for now, that's how you use it. That's how I'd like you to use it in your writing with me. Use it in your writing at school, use it in your writing for your homework. We can use these together in sessions, and before you know it, you'll be an absolute spelling genius. All right, well done. And if you've managed to last all 10 minutes and 40 odd seconds, you're a star. Well done. See you soon. Bye.